Before you can start editing videos in Premiere Pro, you need to get your video into your computer onto your hard drive. And how you do that depends on the kind of hardware you use to shoot your video. Most folks these days work with camcorders that work with tapeless media. Those camcorders record files to some kind of tapeless media. The most common form is a flash memory card. But people still work with video cassettes and also with DVDs. So in the next two lessons, I'm going to discuss how you get video from video cassettes into your computer and how you get video off of DVDs. But in this lesson, I'm going to focus on working with tapeless media. So let me show you how that works with a flash memory card. After I insert it into my computer, I get this screen. This is how it looks on Windows. It'll look different on Mac, but it'll be similar. And what I want to do now is open up this folder, open up this flash memory card. And inside it, I've got this folder structure. Now the folder structure will change, will be different depending on what kind of camcorder format you work with. This is a GoPro camera. It's relatively simple. Inside here is this set of two folders. I open up this one. There's another folder there, and inside that are all these video files, all these MP4 files. And what I can do is bring all of them in at once if I want to. I can go back one notch and I can just drag it to my desktop or find some other way to bring it into the computer. Or I can bring in individual files. And if you don't know how to select individual files, let me just give you a quick rundown on that. I'll open this up. Let's say I want to select every other one here. I click on one, and I hold on the Control key in Windows or the Command key in Mac, and I can select individual files like that. If I want to select contiguous files, I can click away and click on one here, and then shift click on a bunch, and I get all those guys in that contiguous group there. If I want to select files using what's called a marquee selection, I can click away to the side here and then just click and drag, and I can select the marquee selection like that to select a bunch of contiguous files. So that's the way you can select contiguous files or individual files using keyboard shortcuts. And then once they're selected, I can just copy and paste them to a new folder or drag them to a new folder on my hard drive. The way I select these things is typically looking at their icons. I'll just open up the icons here. So you look at the icon view and decide which ones are the keepers. And then after you drag them over, you might want to reformat this flash memory card or some other way to get started all over again. So that's how you deal with a flash memory card, a relatively simple one like this. But a lot of camcorder formats are much more complex, have much more of a complex folder structure than this. Let me show you another one over here. This is how AVCHD folders are laid out. You get this private one at the top and open it up and you get AVCHD under that. Open that up and you get these two. BDMV is where you keep on going to find your video files. Go there and then finally open up Stream, and here are your video files there. I'll switch back to the details view here so I don't need to see all those icons. And then you can select these individual files, or you might want to bring over the entire folder. If you bring in a private folder like this, and then you go to Premiere Pro, Premiere Pro can go to that private folder and immediately display all the video files because it recognizes that this is an AVCHD folder structure. There are some other folder structures. Let me show you them inside the Help file. If you go to Help inside Premiere Pro, you go to this section, and I've drilled down here to transferring and importing files. And if you go down here a little bit farther, you'll see these folder structures. This is one version of AVCHD that's slightly different than the one I just showed you. Here's DVC Pro HD, and when you get down to video, you get these MXF files. If you go down to XDCAM EX, this is how its folder structure looks. You go down to this subfolder, and inside there you see the one video file plus some supporting files. And then finally down here is DVD, and I'm going to deal with DVDs in an upcoming lesson. So they're all different kinds of folder structures, and if you bring over the entire top level folder, then Premiere Pro will look at that and know that it's DVC Pro or AVCHD or XDCAM, etc., and will then drill right down to those videos. Now, some tapeless format camcorders do not have removable media. You need to connect the camcorder directly to the computer. You do that usually via USB. So I've got this little still camera that can also shoot video connected to my computer via USB, and I just turn the camera on. Now that I've turned it on, we've made the connection, I can go get that. I'll just open up this folder here. I'll go down, and here's that little guy that just got attached. And here is its DCIM folder, and then we can go get some images or videos if we shot videos with this camera, and select them and import them as well. So you can either use removable media or connect your camcorder directly to your computer, but in the end you need to get those files from the camcorder onto your hard drive. You really don't want to try to edit them from the flash media card or from the camera directly. Get them on your hard drive and then you can start editing them in Premiere Pro.